Hello guys, KP Shamino here with new video for Path of Exile 2. And 30 minutes ago we had the patch notes for the new patch. So the patch is 0.1.1. So it's the first very big patch for this game. So I'm going to show you guys the patch notes. I will link them under this video too, that you guys can read it yourself, because I'm not going to read them line by line. I don't really see a benefit for the video in that. Because not everything is very important in my opinion. What I saw was, I already read 2 times the patch notes. I see a lot of good stuff in it that will make the game a lot better. So that's really good. But first I'm going to start with this on Steam. So there are 3 things that didn't make this patch, but will make probably the next patch. So first of all, when are we going to get this patch? Tomorrow we're planning to release patch 0.1.1. So probably for the guys like me in Europe, that's this night that they probably going to do it. So that's not that long anymore, so at the Friday. And there are 3 things that are not going to be in this patch, but will probably come in the next patch. So once again, they are talking about Yuna's songs still won't be playing correctly. They focus a lot of this, but I think this is just a meme because who cares at the end. But this is a little bit more important. So adding multiple respawns to other pinnacle content on the Atlas. So that's not yet in this patch. So they are going to give multiple respawns to the Arbiter of Ash, but not to the other bosses, but it will come. So what does that mean? That you got more portals. That if you die, you can go again. So that will be coming in the next patch probably. I was hoping that they will do it for maps too, because the one portal, if you die map, I don't like it a lot. I'm not really sure why they need to do that. So I hope in the future it gets away too. And then a very important one. Maps Waystone Stash Tab is coming. And that's for me a very big one. Everybody that plays the end game, he knows that it's hard. So you need to reroll the maps most of the time to get good modifiers. You need to valid and all that stuff. And it's very complicated to do that in a normal stash. So that are the 3 things that are not in this patch, but will come in the next patch. So now I'm going to show you guys the patch notes. The patch notes. So I'm going to talk about 2 sections in the patch notes, what I think is the most important for the most people in this game. That's the end game changes, and that's the general changes and improvements. So you will see that they are going to improve a lot on the end game map, and that was really needed because it's just bare boned. It's very hard to see what you're doing. So at the moment, what is the map? You just get a tower, you put a tablet in it, you influence a couple of maps, and then you just play. That's it. So there is not a lot that you can do. It's very hard to see what you're doing. It's very hard to set up very good money farms and all that stuff. You need to have luck too, because everything depends on the tower. So if you got an area that got a lot of towers close to each other, you can choose up your maps to the highest. But that's just luck, and before you go there, you need to play a long time. So you will see that they try to improve a lot of stuff on the end game map, because that was really needed. So they start with the first one. So added 4 new tower areas: Alpine Ridge, Bluff Mesa, and Sinking Spire. So we are going to get, instead of 1 tower, we are going to get 4 new layouts. I'm not sure that we are going to get more towers then. I'm not sure about that, because I hope we will get some more towers too, because the spawn system is not working. Sometimes you get piles of 5 that are very close to each other, and then you go hours and hours without getting a good tower setup, and that's not so good. It's the same for the citadels, by the way. So that's already good. Then the next one is a very important one too. So you need to understand, and I think that everybody understands that. So if you do the end game, so what was a tower? A tower was something that you need to do just to get the tablet in. There was no gameplay, so you just run a map, you do it as quick as possible, you throw a low level waystone in it, and you do it as quick as possible, and that was the map for the tower. So if they remove tomorrow the map on the tower and just that you need to click on the tower and put it there. That's the same gameplay. So now they are going, the Lost Tower map area has also been revamped. I'm not sure what they are going to do, but I hope that they are putting some gameplay in it. For example, I was thinking today, if you do the entire tower map, maybe your tablet is buffed with 10-20%, or you get an extra tablet that you can stack in it. Something like that they need to do. I'm not sure what they are going to do, but they can do a lot of stuff to make the tower map more attractive. Then the next one. So this is about Arbiter of Ash. So you will now have up to 6 respawn attempts at this fight. Really good. They will bring it for all the pinnacle content later on. They said it at the start. I hope that they will do that for maps too. I never understood why they bring in Path of Exile 2 a system that if you die in a map, you cannot go to the map anymore. There is no gameplay involved in that. It's just irritating because I saw that at the start when I started to do mapping. So you choose your map, you got one good map, you go in and you fucking die on like a rare monster that you think by yourself, yeah, what is happening here? And then you lost all your progress that you built up the last couple of hours. You can say, yeah, but you need to anticipate with your character. That's not always possible in this game. Because sometimes, even if you play the best build, you still can get one shot in this game. I was hoping that they get rid of that shit, because that's the thing that I hated the most in Path of Exile 1. The one shot mechanics. If you play a glass cannon build, okay, I can understand it. But I played now for 12 years, always tanks. You go in, and suddenly you're dead on the ground. You think by yourself what happened. It's a little bit less in Path of Exile 2, because it's a little bit slower, but still it's in the game. So I cannot understand why they put a system like that if you die you cannot do the map, and the one-shots in the game. So I hope in the future we will get 6 respawns on the normal maps too. Then they talk a little bit about Arbiter, that they are going to change it. And then this one is important too. So added checkpoints to map areas. So everybody knows the maps. So you are running, you go to the other side of the map, and then you think, fuck, I need to go back to kill the last rare, and he's sitting on the other side of the map. You need to run through the map. So what I saw was we need to run a lot in Path of Exile 2. So what they are going to add is checkpoints. We already got checkpoints, by the way, in the campaign. So it's like a totem. If you come on it, you click on it, it's active, you go further, you come on another checkpoint. So, and then you want to go back to the first one, you click that one, you can teleport. So really good. Then the next one, map areas now contain a minimum of 3 rare monsters. So that's really good too, because that's something that I like, that they implemented really well in this game. Compared to Path of Exile 1. Rare monster and magic monsters in Path of Exile 1 was not important. You just kill them. There was no loot. There was no currency that you get more. That changed with the rare monsters in this game. So now rare monsters, I'm getting excited when I kill a rare monster. Why? Because most of the time it drops an exalted orb or another currency, or it will drop a map. And that's really good that you got now always a base. That is 3 rare monsters for every map that you do. Then the next one I don't understand really that well. Citadels can now appear closer to the cigarette refugee. So I'm not sure what they mean with it. Was there something that it didn't spawn that good, or I don't know. Then the next one, very important one too. Improve the visibility of citadels on the endgame map. Damn, this was a shit system. So what was the problem? So citadels, they are randomly generated, like everything on the Atlas map in the endgame. And that's problematic, because if you're very unlucky, you will not see a citadel for a lot of hours. And you cannot work towards a citadel, because you simply don't see the citadel. You only see the citadel when you're almost, on it. And that's really good. So what did I saw in the teaser video? So you can see now the citadel from very far away, even in the fog. So be sure, if this goes live and you guys are playing, just check the map that you unlocked and just check the fog. You will see the citadels, and if you want to get the citadel, you can see, okay, now I need to go to that direction and we need to get the citadel over there. So really good. The next one, maps now display their biome when hovered in the Atlas UI. Very good too. I think for breach players this is really good. Because for a breach, if you want to set up a breach setup, Savannah is very good. You need to get open space. Because you got a circle, you need to kill enemies, the circle get bigger. But if you got objects in the way, it's not really that suitable for breach. So that's really good that they do that. And then the next one is a very important one too. Finally, we get a chance to put bosses on maps. We didn't have that. That's a second thing that I never understood. Why are we not getting bosses on every map anymore? But now they are going to introduce a new tablet. It's called Overseer's Tablet. So it's a currency item which can be placed in completed towers to add map bosses to valid maps in radius. So that's really good. So you can stack now a tablet in a tower, and depending how many maps it influence, I guess it will be going to 10 too, from 1 to 10. You can do map bosses, a very big one for me, because map bosses are a very good source to keep up your waystones. They nerf a little bit the Atlas skills, but not that much. So, but it's good. That's really good. Then the next one, they are going to talk about maps. So they are going, map areas has been adjusted to have more distinct specialties for the content they contain. For example, one map area might have more total number of monsters, while another is more likely to contain additional content such as strongboxes, essences, and shrines. Generally speaking, the more difficult a map is to clear or the smaller it is, the more access it will specialize in. So you can see it here. Some maps will get more chance to get strongboxes, more pack size and all that stuff. So that's good. So maps that are only exclusively found in biomes containing citadels now have 50% more chance to contain essences, strongboxes, and shrines. Not sure why that's needed. Then the next one is about hideout, how you need to do it. You will get more magic monsters and rare monsters in the map where you will unlock your hideout. And then the next one is monsters in the Untainted Paradise have been breeding. We will get more, you will get 100% more monsters. Really good too. And then the next one, I needed to laugh with this one because I thought I was the only one that was very irritating with shrines, but it seems I'm not the only one. So, people that play Path of Exile 1, shrines were very strong. So most of the time, you made your atlas that you will get shrines in your maps. That changed in Path of Exile 2 for me, because they are so irritating to click. They are very irritating to activate, and it seems I was not the only one. I just ignored shrines, by the way. They are going to improve the highlightability, clickability of shrines. Very good one. So I'm very happy that I'm not the only one that was very irritating with the system that we had now. Then the next one, this was needed too, so therefore I waited with simulacrum encounters. So I just saved my splinters. Reduce the damage scaling of monsters in simulacrum encounters with added difficulty. So they are going to nerf the damage on the monsters. So the scaling of the monsters, they just lowered it. So you can see it here. So it's becoming easier to do. So if this patch goes live, I'm going to do my first simulacrum. So I waited to this patch. So adjusted the chance for maps to contain bosses. You should be encountering a boss roughly every 1 in 4 maps. So I'm not sure that's a buff. I think that's a buff. So the chance is higher. I think they are not saying it here because I don't know what the numbers were. Sometimes you had 3 bosses after each other. You cannot see that as a player, but I think this is a buff. So we are going to get a chance to get more bosses in the areas. And then the next one, and this is a little bit a nerf that they need to do. I can understand that with the new tablet and with this update. So there are a couple of Atlas passive skills that you can take, and one of them is this one. So the chance for a map boss to drop a waystone of the current tier or higher has been reduced to account for the increase in total numbers of map bosses. So that's the first one. And then this is the Atlas skill point or skill that you can take. So the Radiant Waystone, Atlas notable passive, now provides 15% chance for map bosses to drop a Waystone of the current tier or higher. It comes from 25 one. That was the node that everybody took in the Atlas tree. It was at the top because it was way too good. Now they nerf it a little bit in combination with more map bosses. I can understand that. The next one is a nerf 2 to an Atlas skill. The small map boss Waystone chance passive now provides +6 from 10%. So that's a nerf 2. And then the last one is a buff. The I'm Not Afraid of You Delirium Atlas passive skill now grants Delirium bosses in your map to drop 100% increased simulacrum splinters, previously 50%. Never understood. The drop was way too low, so now it's getting higher. And then reduce the number of monsters and small chests from breaches by 15%. Increase the amount of simulacrum splinters found in maps by 20%, a very good one. Then they added Dedicted 2D art for waystones that are instilled with layers of delirium. Really good, because this was not that good either. So you can put your, what is it called? The orbs that you can find in delirium on your maps, but you never saw how much delirium that you got. You need to hover over the map, and now you will see it right away. And then the next one I cannot understand really well. So Crisis, Fragments, Breachstone, Simulacrum, and an Audience with the King now have more appropriate gold value to vendors. Are there people really selling this to vendors? So I cannot understand that. And then the last one, increased how far you can zoom out on the endgame map on keyboard and mouse input to match the zoom level on controller input. Really good too, that we can zoom out a lot further. So really good endgame changes, I need to say. I see more bosses that we can farm, a little bit of nerf on the Atlas that we get. Citadels is a very big one. We got 4 new towers. We can click the shrines, finally. 6 portals that we are going to get on the pinnacle bosses, so really good. Now I'm going to talk about the general changes and improvements. Okay, general changes and improvements. So the first one is enable migration from Solus Elephant League to their corresponding parent league. I don't play that. I think it will be very good. Then here you can see they are going to buff the strong boxes. So strong boxes are very bad in this game compared to Path of Exile 1. So they are going to buff. Strong boxes have been adjusted to spawn waves of enemies over a much shorter period of time. Really good. I never understood why they implemented like this. So in Path of Exile 1, if you click a strong box, you need to run for your life. They are spawning right away. It's not going to slow down the game. And here you click on it, you can go eat, take a shit, come back, and then the enemies were there. So that's already a very good one. The strongbox fog effect now fades away once all the waves of enemies has been spawned. So that's good, I think. And then other stuff is for the spawn boxes of strong boxes too. So that's really good. Then the next part, charms now play an effect on your character when they are automatically used. The thing is that charms, they replace the 3 other flasks that we had in Path of Exile 1. The problem was that you can put charms on, you never saw when they are used, you don't see your charges. You saw that on the flask in Path of Exile 1, you saw that. So if you go, for example, you use a charm to cap your chaos resistance. You go to an enemy that is doing chaos damage, but you don't have a clue, can I still use the charm? How many charges do I got? Is the charm on at the moment? That's problematic, because you can die on that moment. So it's very good that they did that. So that's the first good thing that they did on the charm. Then the next one, very important too. So you can now see that the runes that we are using on the gear, so you click in it, Something that I never understood either. So sometimes I cannot understand what the thinking process is from developers in games. So, you know, Path of Exile 1, it's very hard to get the end gear game. End gear, end gear. So then you go into socket the rune in it, and if you want to use that gear on another character and you want to get other runes, you never can change that again. So you got gear, it's only good for a certain build. I got that problem at the moment. I put a lot of live sockets in my tank warrior. For example, let's say I want to get my all res up. I never can change my equipment. It's going to take me 15 to 100 divines to just replace my equipment, that I get 3 sockets and get runes in it. They are going to change that. Sockables, such as runes, can now be overwritten by placing another sockable item into the socket. So you can just replace your runes now with other runes. Very good. And I'm very happy that they are going to do that. Attempting to salvage an item now highlights which item in your inventory can be salvaged and display item sockets. Very good, player friendly. Then flasks with quality are now able to be salvaged. Very good. And then this one. You guys know or don't know, I played Warrior for 300 hours now. Armor has been made more effective by approximately 15%. I need to laugh with this, to be honest. So you need to understand what do they mean with it. Are we going to get 15% more armor? Because this is way too small. So you need to understand that armor at the moment is not in a good place compared with energy shield and evasion rating. Why is that? Because armor is going to work against small hits, but it's not going to save you against very big hits. That's a very big problem. So at the moment I play a tank as a warrior. I don't stack armor. I don't take notes on the skill. And if they're really going to just boost it with 15%, I need to laugh with it. Because on the Titan we got a skill, an ascendancy skill, that boosts your armor, so your body armor, with 50%. It's possible this is probably going to be on all the armor, on all the equipment, but still it's not enough. So, no, it's not going to be a solution. I think that they need to rework armor. They need to rework armor that it works a lot better against very high damage attacks. Something with elemental 2 or something, I don't know. Because what is the problem at the moment you die on a warrior from elemental damage? You cannot do really a lot about it. You can stack your all resistance high. That's something that you can do, but you're limited because there are no nodes on the tree. You can get your HP higher, but that's very difficult too, because there are no life nodes on the tree. So you need to do it with strength. You need to do it with certain jewels. So you need to invest so much of your skill points, of your gear, to strength and HP, that there is no room anymore for anything else. So what are we doing? We just stack block. Block is one of the best defensive layers for a warrior at the moment, with life. So this is not going to fix that problem. Never in 1 million years. I don't see me going to stack now armor, because they just buffed it with 15%. Then the next one is not that important, so then it's about pushing. This is a very important one too. Increase the chance for omens to appear as ritual rewards. Very good, because the drop was way too low. So they are used for crafting, but for people that don't do crafting, you can farm. If you set up your rituals, you can probably now farm those omens, and some of them, they pay a lot of currency. So that's really good. Reduce the chance for items to roll some of the less desirable item modifiers. I think one of the developers said something about it. So there were some items that couldn't roll certain modifiers. He said something, I think, about a quiver or a crossbow that couldn't roll attack speed on it, so they are going to fix that. The stilled emotion requires to instill a passive skill into an amulet are now only displayed on the passive skill tree after you have picked up your first distilled emotion. Really good. So that's enchanting your amulet. Added an exit portal to the Trial Master area. Yeah, that's not so bad either, that you can get finally out of it. Remove the level requirements to access expedition vendors. Don't know that because I never play Expedition. I hate it. Never played it. I didn't play it in Path of Exile 1 and I don't play it in Path of Exile 2 because I hate it. Rarity of items in Expedition vendor shops now increases with shop level, so I guess that's good too. And this one is very important too. So reduced visual clutter in many maps areas to improve the visibility of skills and effects. That was a very big problem. So for people that don't play melee, melee is not only in a bad state warrior is, because yeah, we cannot stack the defensive, but we are in a very bad state that we are everywhere stuck. So you cannot see the crap that our enemies are doing because you are in melee range. So I need to do some bosses with my Hammer of the Gods, because if I come close, yeah, they just fuck me. That's how it works. So I'm very happy that they work on this problem. So many times that I get stuck. For example, I'm not sure what the map is, but there is a map in the forest with like the leaves. You're stuck all the time. You jump with leaf slam in enemies. You want to get away, and then you realize that you cannot get away because you're stuck. Then they are doing something that explodes on the ground, like a chaos one, and you're dead on the ground. So I'm very happy that they do it, because it was very, very irritating. Because at the end, they said, okay, the game is going slower. Not really true. The players are getting slower. The enemies are not getting slower. For me, the enemies, they are very fast still compared to the player base. And as a melee, you cannot get away, you know, because you are a melee. And I'm very happy that they did this. Then added a tutorial for activating your first President buff skill gem. So then improved and fixed inconsistency for walkability throughout areas in the campaign as well as maps. Improved the loading time, that's not all that important. Reduce standard revive, and then this one is important, this one. So what are people doing with gold? You go to alpha and you get amulets, you get rings or belts, and you try to get 3 slots on the belts. You try to get plus to melee skill gems or to other skill gems, and then you got a jackpot. But what was the problem? That you cannot do it on alpha in your hideout. They are going to fix that problem. Alpha now has an options to gamble for items when placed in your hideout. Very good. Then the next one, reviving minions that died from being out of range of you now instead immediately revive near you. Really good. The quest tracker, uncut gems, that's not that important. This is important. Charms now display their number of charges and when they are active. Very, very important too. We can finally see it. How many charges you still got. And then updated world map icons for when you have completed quest encounters and found items to make it more clear they have been completed. Really good. I got a video about a chest that didn't grayed out or that you cannot find, because I know there are a lot of people that want to complete everything in the campaign, but sometimes it was not visible or very hard to find. So this is not important. This is not important. I'm going to read this really quick. Oh, this one. Burning ground can no longer spawn underneath interactables such as levers. Really good. Added keyword for honor resistance. That's really good if you need to do the trial. yeah, that was it. The last couple of ones were not that important, but that was it, guys. So a very good patch. I think the end game is going to be a lot more fun because we can farm now bosses. We got a little bit more chance on the pinnacle bosses. They did a lot of player-friendly improvements. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun in the patch tomorrow, and I see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.